I actually don't think that I saw Rent in high school. I think it was college. Anyway. Are we good?
Wait, my hand is not in the right place. Now I'm good.
All right. So looking back to my high school years, I didn't know anybody who was gay, who was part of the LGBT community, aside from some allies. I think we had maybe one, it was SAGA, I think it was called, Sexuality and Gender Alliance. I was not a part of it. I didn't have any association with the group. But I did know, I was very involved in the high school, and I did know that there was nobody in the school who was out, students or faculty members. And when I got to college, I went to a very, very liberal, small private school, and went to Haverford in Philly. And when I got there, it just opened my eyes to a completely different world that I didn't know when I was in high school. And I think what was so telling for me, and what has made me become an ally, is that understanding of how many folks in high school were closeted, and how challenging that must have been for them to be in a community that they couldn't be themselves, they couldn't express themselves, and then to get to college and know, a huge percentage of my friends were part of the LGBT community, and then when I became as much of an ally as I was through being part of student groups on campus and attending rallies and that sort of thing, it made me actually want to go back to high school, to those who had since come out once they got to a college setting, in a place where they could feel safe and brave being themselves, and reach out to those individuals and say, hey, I wasn't an ally at the time openly, and I didn't express that to you openly because you weren't able to be open with me, and I didn't know. But now I want you to know that I am an ally, and that was a very formative experience for me, was being able to reach out to those individuals in high school. Something else that I remember is in college, my freshman year, going to see the musical Rent. I'd been a big fan of musical theater, and one of my friends was a really big musical theater guy throughout middle and high school. It introduced me to the world of theater, but when I saw Rent, it made such a lasting impression on me, in terms of my understanding of the AIDS epidemic in the 80s, early 90s in New York City, this whole story. And it made there's such a unique connection between my love of theater and individuals in the LGBT community's love of life. And there's always this sort of stereotype or association with people who love theater, people who love musical theater, being gay. And that was something that that's something that I struggled with a little bit. And all right, I don't want you to show this.
Okay.